is the making
lechura
of sugar
de
skulls.
las calaveras de azúcar.
My name's Angela Villalba. I am a Mexican importer, and I specialize in bringing back folk art and pieces to celebrate Day of the Dead. The sugar skull is just as important to Day of the Dead as the Christmas cookie is to Christmas. And people will purchase them to put on the ofrenda altar inside of the home, as well as decorating the tombs when they go out and decorate in the cemetery. The original ones are like my true passion, and those are the ones that are made by very, very expert candy makers. And those are the ones that you hand carry on the airplane. You know, you go early, you seek out these guys in their workshops, and you even can commission a different style for them. So I tried bringing the sugar skulls back in crates. I'd wrap them in toilet paper. I'd carry them on the airplanes. I'd try every way possible to bring the sugar skulls across for years and years and years. And it's very difficult. And that's when I started creating the very first sugar skull molds in around 1996 or so.
Traditionally, sugar skulls are made from a ceramic type mold that artisans pour liquefied sugar into. And these are artists that have been sugar skull artists for many generations in Mexico. And those molds aren't something that's accessible to the general public. So with Angela creating this mold, she's really shared her passion for sugar skulls and enabled a lot of people to create them on their own. My name is Michelle Simons, and I'm a sugar skull artist. And I also teach workshops in my community in San Francisco and in the Bay Area. The story has a very sweet ending, but I started making sugar skulls a few years ago. I was very inspired after a visit to Mexico when my mother passed away about 15 years ago. I traveled to Mexico by myself and got a sugar skull in one of the markets there. I had been really struggling with alcoholism, and I ended up at San Francisco General Hospital, and I was there for about 4 days. And I met an amazing social worker who came in, and she gave me a journal, and she had me write down things in my life that brought joy to me. And I don't know what it was, but the sugar skulls just popped into my head. And as soon as I got out of the hospital, I kind of hit the ground running, and I started a little business. And I did my first workshop. That was about 2 months later, and I've been doing it ever since. So I started with Celia Cruz.
Azúcar, azúcar negra, cuánto me gusta y me alegra. Azúcar, azúcar negra.
It's very easy to make a sugar skull for. Just add very vibrant colors and feathers.
Well, the sugar skull recipe is very, very simple.
I use 1 cup of sugar and then 1 teaspoon of meringue powder and 1 teaspoon of regular water. I mix these ingredients together with my hands until it feels almost like
the consistency of beach sand. And then with your hands, you press it into the mold, mount it up and press it down about 20 seconds.
And then I use a scraper to scrape off the excess sugar from the mold.
You put it out onto a piece of cardboard and air dries for 24 hours.
So once they've dried completely, what I do is I take my royal icing. Now we decorate and assemble the sugar skulls with royal icing. So I use that icing to seal the two pieces of my sugar skull together so that it makes one three-dimensional sugar skull.
And then you're ready to decorate. We came up with this idea as a craft project. Now, there's no way that we think that these are as good and as fabulous as the authentic sugar skulls in Mexico.
Hago calaveras desde que estaba pequeño, como a los 6 años empecé a hacerlas. Y yo quería, porque de niño queremos ayudar a los papás. Y lo único que podía hacer era ayudarles a pegar los ojos en las calaveras más pequeñitas, porque son muy pequeños los ojos y yo tengo los dedos chicos. Las calaveras de azúcar las hacemos con azúcar y agua solamente. Son unos moldes que están hechos de barro. Estos moldes me los dejó mi papá, a mi papá se los dejó su papá, o sea, mi abuelo, y a mi abuelo se los dejó su papá. Yo soy la 5ª generación que hace esto. Mis moldes tienen más de 100 años, porque para mí es muy importante compartir las tradiciones que tenemos en México, porque de las más bonitas es el Día de Muertos. Es una costumbre que en México nos comemos a la muerte, regalamos calaveras de azúcar, de chocolate, de amaranto.
My name is Rafael Jesus Gonzalez. Death is common to all as humans. We're mortals. We can all relate to death, kind of thing. And there's a great catharsis of bringing out in the open. The symbolism of the skull is always a memento mori. Now that it's made of sugar, it's part of that very peculiar Mexican custom related to the Days of the Dead, where death is treated with a certain sense of humor and irreverence. Even knowing that we all end up as skulls, it doesn't necessarily take away the pain of loss, you know. It is a very brilliant symbol in a way, in that it celebrates the sweetness of life at the same time as it recognizes its end.